Hi, this is Toby from MOS Manufacture, and today we'll be going over technical details of the Kizuna BSK43. First, let's go over some basic features. In the front, we do have a polymer suppressor height, fiber optic front sight, fixed rear sight suppressor height, ambidextrous slide release, ambidextrous safety, deleted safety beaver tail, and side switchable magazine release. Obviously, it takes a G-style magazines, and the switchable feature will work with magazines that have both notches left and right. One of the key features of the BSK43 is out of the box, it utilizes a TTI licensed design TTI style hop-up unit. This means that for adjustment, you do not need to take the pistol apart. You can access the hop-up using a 2mm Allen by poking through this hole from the trigger guard all the way up. There will be a very tactile and audible click for each adjustment, and make adjustment by turning your Allen clockwise for more hop, counterclockwise for less hop. Due to the TTI design, this pistol is able to hop heavy BBs out of the box, up to 4.0 effectively. The hop-up unit is a 1911 HI-CAPA design. You are able to utilize aftermarket components. With minor modification, you are able to switch between the standard hop unit to an aftermarket hop-up unit. Outer barrel is also compatible. Since this is a 4.3 length, we are able to install a 4.3 length TM standard HI-CAPA outer barrel and hop-up assembly. We can also demonstrate that the assembly fits on the frame as well. Some components might require minor modifications, but in general, the dimensions are TM HI-CAPA specification. Next, the blowback unit and nozzles are proprietary. It is specially designed to be able to fit a TM G-style magazine. One design feature that's unique about BSK43 is the shape of the mating surface between the magazine router and your nozzle. This design kind of set both flat top style and also the U style from different manufacturers, making the magazine compatibility a little bit better across the board. One cool thing about the BSK43 is it in fact accepts standard HI-CAPA spec 4.3-inch slide, which we can demonstrate using this slide, which is aftermarket standard HI-CAPA. What you need to do is, since the blowback housing is proprietary as well as the nozzle, you simply have to swap over the entire assembly over to the new slide for it to function correctly. So what you need to do is simply first remove the optic plate using a 2.5 Allen on the big screw on the top, and then the next screw is a 2.0, and then you can simply remove the rear sight top cover. Just like a standard HI-CAPA, there is a 2.5mm screw on the back that holds your blowback housing. Now you can drop the entire assembly. So moving on, dropping in the blowback housing into your standard HI-CAPA slide. This particular slide does not have a rear sight, however, there is a provision for the screw hole that you're able to utilize to mount your rear sight. This hole is not tapped. Depending on your manufacturer of the slide that you want, this screw might be different sizes. So you can utilize your own tap to tap this hole to whatever thread that you require. So you can see it fits right in. And we'll demonstrate function with a black BSK lower. So let's demonstrate its function. We will also demonstrate that the stock barrel and hop-up assembly is also compatible with aftermarket slide. Next, let's move on to the lowers. As you can see, the BSK series utilizes a polymer lower. On the lower, many components are proprietary to the BSK. For example, the ambidextrous safety. The shape is based on a 1911-2011. However, the shape is unique to be able to fit on the lower frame. The slide release is also proprietary. However, it is very nicely designed. It does have good retention as well as a very functional ambidextrous release feature on both sides. As you can see, we've taken apart the safety as well as the fire control unit retaining screws. Next step is a little bit crucial, as you will have to push in your safety detent in to be able to release the fire control unit. However, many of the fire control components are compatible with TM 1911. Here we have the FCU completely disassembled from the lower grip, as you can see. The design is very reminiscent of a TM 1911, and the further we take it apart, the more you'll see that it shares a lot of parts cross compatibility with TM 1911. Now we have the entire fire control unit disassembled. Now we'll do a component comparison between the BSK and TM 1911 and 2011. We'll be comparing first the sear. The stock sear is made of die-cast zinc. It is a TM 1911 style. Here we do have a Garter steel 1911 sear, and comparing geometry, they are very similar. Next, the hammer reset. We are comparing this to a Arcturus MIM steel hammer reset. As you can see, the top, there is a protrusion that's more characteristic of a TM 1911 style. We've tested this in the past. High-CAPA components will work, although not as smoothly as the 1911 style. So if you're able to source a TM 1911 specific hammer reset, it will function correctly in the BSK. The valve knocker is very reminiscent of a TM 1911 as well. However, due to the magazine, the lengths will be slightly longer. The knocker lifter is pretty much identical to a HI-CAPA / 1911. Geometry very similar, and they are cross-compatible. However, this retaining ledge makes the spring retaining better. However, it does not affect function. The hammer is very reminiscent of a 1911 TM spec or HI-CAPA spec hammer. However, with any hammer, the engagement angle might be different depending on which manufacturer and which aftermarket. We've tested this with Arcturus MIM steel hammer. We foresee with some modification, the hammer is able to utilize aftermarket HI-CAPA and 1911 hammer. This concludes the technical overview of the Kizuna BSK43, and thank you for watching.